US President Joe Biden says he will return to the campaign trail next week. Biden has been isolating since testing positive for COVID-19, but his doctor says he is getting better. More senior Democrats are urging the 81-year-old to abandon his re-election campaign, worried that he cannot beat Donald Trump in November. More than 1 in 10 Democrats in Congress have now publicly called on Biden to drop out of the race. Our correspondent Stefan Simons in Washington told me more about Biden's insistence that he's returning to the campaign trail.
Well, the president is digging in. It seems he is really digging in. We all thought just 24 hours ago that the growing list of Democratic lawmakers who insist or want him to pass on the baton, so to speak, who want him to drop out of the race, are getting to him. But it looks like the opposite is happening. President Biden is digging in, reportedly seething and fuming about Nancy Pelosi's, the former Speaker of the House, initiative to urge him or to encourage him to rethink his campaign and him staying in the campaign. So far he's not making, at least as we know, we the media, which is also in a frenzy here in Washington D.C. because there's nothing else people talk about. Will he quit? Will he not? Will he hold on? Who is still with him? Who is against him? So it looks like for now, and you decide for how long for now means or is. For now, the president says he will remain in the campaign. He will remain the candidate of the Democratic Party for another presidency in November, and he will not give up.
So will he or won't he? That's the big question. So for many Democrats, Vice President Kamala Harris has risen to the top of that list of possible replacements. Talk us through who else is on that list.
Well, it is ultimately Kamala Harris. There's, I think, no way that the Democratic Party can get around Kamala Harris, but there's two more names who are discussed, and this is Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. Now, there's a lot of Democrats now who say, like, well, if Biden drops out, Kamala Harris is the top of the ticket, and then she should maybe get Ms. Whitmer from Michigan, the governor there, or Mr. Shapiro on her ticket, and then we have a young duo which can entice voters in November to vote for Democrats. That would also help, and that is actually at the core of this, if you want, coup attempt by many, many Democrats against Joe Biden and the White House. That would also help them to secure down the ticket their own jobs, because it always is also about this. There is lots of Democrats in the House as well as in the Senate, some who don't see anymore with Joe Biden that they will be re-elected come November, and they want to secure that. So Kamala Harris, Gretchen Whitmer, Michigan governor, or Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania, those are the three contenders in airways here.
We look at the other side of the aisle. If we see the unity at the Republican convention in Milwaukee over the last few days, it really looks like Donald Trump is doing everything right, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was a week of political glamour and glory with a little bit of campaign pixie dust all week long from Trump, and with his now new VP pick, J.D. Vance. You know, if you look at last night's or Thursday night's speech, there was Trump unifying or trying to unify and trying to conciliate tone in the first 15 minutes of the speech. And then it was old Trump again with a lot of complaints, a lot of falsehoods and lies, outright lies and untrue things he said and bemoaned. So unity in the Republican Party, yes, but that was there anyway, because the Republican Party is not the old GOP, grand old party, as others know it from past days, it is Trump party. He controls the party, and there is unity now in this party because the base doesn't want anybody but Donald Trump. So yes, that was a spectacle for a week long. Remember, the Democrats will have the chance to recreate or create the same thing come in August with their convention.
Stefan, good talking to you. Thanks for your analysis. That's Stefan Simons in Washington, D.C.